Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb forever and ever. How's, how's your day going? Mine is going like any other day. No surprises, same old shit. Different faces, same old shit. Different time, different generation, same old shit. You know, someone called me Satan. Just underneath their breath today. I didn't even get mad. It made me ponder some things. It made me think. Why would they think I was Satan? Well, I would think that every religion must have an antagonist. At the very least, every religion must have, God must have an enemy, right? Every God must have an enemy, right? So then enemy would be thought of as Satan, I would think, or some version thereof. The great Satan. And you would be surprised, though. A few years back, before I had fully developed, for lack of a better word, I, I I even went down that road, not to Satan, or not towards Satan as in I might be Satan, but there was that time when I entertained the thought of maybe I'm the fucking Antichrist. Maybe I am the Antichrist. But then that train of thought didn't pan out either. Turns out I'm not the great Satan or the Antichrist, but I can be their devil. I can be the devil in their lives. See, I can be the truth in their lives. And the truth, while it may set some free, it 100% ensnares other. It could set them free too, if they but wanted it. But they don't want to be free. They want reality. They want food, water, shelter, and as much of it as they can get. The bigger, the better. And greenbacks. But why was I called Satan? Well, I've been giving Satan hell. I may be the devil's devil. I may be the devil's own personal antagonist. We don't like each other. I hate everything about him. Everything he's built, everything he's done, pretty much everything. But I live in Houston, Texas, where the devil is fully accepted. Fully. They worship this and they worship that, and then they worship this again, and then they worship that. Multiple religions, multiple gods, and I have smacked the shit out of every last one of them. I mean, their gods, and their religions, and their beliefs. Is it my fault that none of their gods showed up in defense to the point that they must defend their God or their God's honor? If you're my, I'm glad I don't have to present my way. I'm glad I don't have to present myself in the terms if I had to protect my God. That is ridiculous on his face. I wouldn't stand in protection of my own God when he is he who has made me. He stands in protection of me. He's more powerful. Maybe you need to get the truth. Maybe you need to get the truth. Or do I have to be more blunt? I don't care how many gods you have, how many beliefs, how many demigods, how many goddesses, how many spells, how many hexes, how many rituals. It don't matter. It's all a big lie. Okay? It's a lie. You don't get it yet? Hex, put a hex on who? They got bad spirits in them. You got false spirits in you, and they got false spirits in them. Who's really being hexed? The other false spirit living inside the flesh? Is that who's being spiritualized? Man, this game is raw. This game is raw. Stop playing. Stop playing. I'm not the great Satan. You ask him. I threatened his life, his existence. Is like where he think he'll. I don't know, man. This cat's all mixed up at this point. He act like human beings. He spent so much time hanging around man that he thinks like man. Every now and then there's a hiccup, but otherwise he's draped in flesh, just like you. A lover of flesh, just like you. A lover of the things that flesh would bring, just like you. You get what I'm saying? But Antichrist, well, that's different. But he's not coming either. I think he's already here. You see how many of you hate Jesus? There's millions in freaking America alone, and it has to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands in the Houston area, in the Houston Metroplex of Jesus haters. Right now, as I speak, there is someone hating Jesus. Right now, as I speak, there is someone hating my black ass. I'm talking about consciously full of hate, the kind of hate that drives and motivates. They'll wake up and first thing in the morning, it'll be hate. Okay? And they think that I did that. No, boo boo, you carried that bug yourself and you've been doing it a long time. I'm just a fresh target. But at least it's a real one now. Not some dime store phony. Not some weakling. Not someone who can't fight you off. See? That's the difference. That's the difference. I can fight you off. But back to what I was saying. You are the Antichrist. Put all of y'all in the same fucking spot and form the and shit. Take the form of a man and you'll see you a giant. You are a giant. You are the Antichrist. I've been looking, well, it would do well if one would show up in a velvety dinner jacket and one of them $200 silk ties. See? And $5,000 worth of watch on his wrist. That was, and them sexy girls that always come around when it's that kind of man. Sexy is sexy. You know how it is. But unless he hurry up, he gonna run out of time because my power level is hovering around 65 fucking percent. Okay, and it won't be long before it hit the red zone. If you're not here by then, I don't know what to tell you. Just like your gods, I don't know what to tell them either. And just like you who would believe in false gods, I don't know what to tell you either. Because I come loaded for bear. I come loaded to kill everything you fear, false gods, untruth, false religions. I mean, and everything else that don't have to do with my God. Because my God owns this planet and the moon and the oceans. He spit it out of his own mouth, created it with his own hands. And you running your ass around here thinking that your God has some kind of juice, have some kind of pull, have some kind of influence. He does on you, on you. And it is evident. I know of people across this planet right now who will worship a God who watched them live in the most trepidatious of ways. I'm talking about filth, abject poverty, and yet they freaking believe in some God or some combination of gods that's been around 1,000 years, 700 years, and still found them in the positions that they are, and they leave them there to this day in the same position, and they're still praying to that God. And then I'm supposed to take you or your God fucking seriously. You worse as the Aztecs, or was it the Mayans? I think it was the Mayans, maybe even both of them, chopping heads off every time their goddamn a crop went bad. So every time that they had a harsh winter, and winter lasted longer than usual, or there was too much rain, or not enough moonlight, and they had bad crops, heads would roll, chopping people heads off. Okay? That be you today. You today. And where are the Mayans? Nobody knows. No. Know why nobody knows? Because that's the end result of decapitating the people for you having a bad fucking crop. Okay? And it was always the same other people whose head have to roll. Never the kings, never the chiefs, never any member of his family's head must be sacrificed to the god Baal, a fucking storm, who's a storm god now. Maybe I'm Baal. You better get on your motherfucking knees. I got to be Baal if I'm the storm god, and it's 100% sure that I am the storm god. So I must be Baal. Listen, you fools. What is wrong with you? I'm right here. I'm right here. All of a sudden, the building laws, I mean, that's the most powerful attribute of him. Storm God. Ain't never produced a storm. Never produced one bolt of lightning, one drop of rain. And somehow he's the storm God. Dun, dun, dun. Now burn your babies up in my name and beat the drums loud so we don't have to hear them scream. There you go. Burn the babies so we don't, and beat the drums and tell those ladies I said dance. Now, throw your babies in over there in the fire on the hot pipes and you sacrifice. You'll see what I'm getting at. You're a freaking mockery. You make no sense whatsoever. So I ask again, am I Baal? And who's in control of not just the storms, but pretty much the atmosphere and anything else that has to do with Mother Nature? Where's Baal? Or maybe I whooped Baal's ass on the way here. Baal's still somewhere knocked the fuck out. Maybe he'll wake up later, because he ain't showed up here. He ain't tried to control shit here. But yet we have God knows how many still worshiping Baal. To this day, he has been aspersed, made a mockery of, I mean, insulted, and there they are still. Hell, I seen one man, I forget which one of these cities in the Midwest I was in, but they even had Baal, B-A with a space A-L, on his arm. What is wrong with you people? What's wrong with you? I'm going to tell you again, there's no other God coming. You can pray your ass off. I would assume that you've been praying your ass off and burning candles and black candles and white candles and incense and maybe even a little ritualistic sex to bring forth your God. Has he showed up yet? Or maybe there's something wrong with your faith or your delivery in terms of worship and prayer. Now my spirit taking over. I'm not even thinking anymore. I'm not even thinking. I mean, it's just a bunch of ridiculous. Can we just look at what it really is? You got a pocket guard. You know what a pocket guard is? A pocket guard is a guard that stands with you even when you wrong, unless there is no right or wrong. And if there is no right or wrong, then that would make you God, which would make that God that you believe in fucking irrelevant. You are God if there's no right and no wrong. First do thou will. First do what thou will. Don't that make you God, idiot? Are you still paying tithes to that guy when he just told you in your face that you the God? Do what you want to do. Why the fuck you fucking with me? I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And there you are worshiping under I can do what I want to do, and my God don't judge me. Well, your judge got an executable warrant. Do you know where your God is? An address, maybe. No, you don't. Maybe a phone number, a P.O. box. Well, I can safely tell you he's not in heaven either. He's not there, so he must be either somewhere walking on this earth or already in hell. And you just don't know where the fuck your God is. I know where my God is. I know exactly where he is. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In fact, I can't get rid of him. He's always there. Man, I am subject to pick this phone up right now, and it's some version of 144. Okay? I'm constantly reminded when I walk around any TV set, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh shit, Jesus. I can't escape it. I can't escape it. But your God did. He could and he did. He got to wait. He got to fuck away from either you or he got to fuck away from me. One of the two have occurred here. One of the two have occurred. Or do you think that it's a black God? And that if there's a black God, there must be an Indian God or gods, an Asian God or gods, a white God or gods, an African God or gods, a ABPI God or gods. None of them gods are coming. You can stomp, you can ritualize, you can work hexes, you can burn candles, you can get on your knees until they are raw. He not coming, boo-boo. You on your own now. Oh, you on your own. But the truth of the matter is you always have been on your own. Why did you need a God that so apparently don't give a fuck about you anyway? Anyway, I ask again, what your God gave you? What have your God gave you? It's funny how they ask me that. The same godless fucks had asked me in 2017, I think, where's your God now? They did not know who they were talking to. I was deep undercover. Deep undercover. And on that day, it took all I had to maintain discipline and to maintain cover. It did. It trumped at me for hours. I wanted to let that gentleman have it, but to let him have it, I would have broke cover. I would have broke cover, damn it. But anyway, I'm not undercover anymore. But you are, or maybe your God is doing what I was doing. Undercover. Camouflage. Trying to set up some people and make them say the godless shit to indict their asses later. Watch them do godless things to throw them in hot fire later. Ah, the image. The image. But that comes later. That's when the fun starts. So where is your God? Still not here. Where's the Antichrist? Still not here. Still not here. I'm a very respectful guy after pious men and honorable men. But we would have a debate here at this point because I'm leaning toward something that they may have missed. And what I'm leaning toward is you as a collective are the Antichrist. And you are the ass that I'm going to have to kick. Now, keep in mind, I've already dealt with your religions and your beliefs and your God. We're going to toss them to the side, okay? Like so much trash. Well, we're going to just toss them to the side, boo-boo. They didn't show up, okay? And they're not going to. The invitation is still open, and they're still not going to. Now, they're either rude, don't give a fuck about you, or they don't want to sit in this chair, and they shouldn't. This chair is dangerous. This chair does very strange things. I mean, the throne on which we sit, and the throne gives authority, like the crown gives authority. Anyway, you don't believe that. You just can't get past the image of, okay. You know, we are past the point of no return. You can take that pill, or you can choose not to take that pill. You can wait on your gods and goddesses to show up, and the Satanists, whatever they waiting on to show up, and the rest of you, the believers, they all waiting on some shit to show up. We the only one showed up. And we are seemingly locked out the room. That's not them. That's that other guy. So who seemingly fell right out the sky. We have no evidence that he's not who he says he is, but we're waiting on our guy. Our guys are friendlier. This one bites. He always seems angry. He never, he's never positive. But the world isn't positive, and neither are you. And neither are you. But I'm not here to debate your perspectives, okay? But I do know this: I am not Satan, and I'm not the Antichrist. We're looking for them both. And you starting to look like the collective Antichrist. I know this by your behavior, even in the face of your immorality and in the face of your own wrongdoing with the work of your own hands. You still offer contriteness, reservation, your own determinations in the face of it. So I already know that you're nutty. I already know that I'm not to take you seriously. I already know that whatever comes out of you is going to be negative if you're not black. And maybe even if you is black, this is expected, and wrote down already. We already knew this kind of stuff. It doesn't help things much though. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Maybe some religions lack of Satan. Maybe some evil folks don't have a Satan in their lives. Okay? I think everybody ought to have a Satan in their life, just like I think that everyone ought to have a Jesus in their life. They could have the Creator in their heart, but but from an angelic level, I would say, rather than than to take anything out of yours out of your mouth at face value, or to take any of your behavior at face value, I would probably say, let us test them. Let us test them. Let us provide unto them a devil. A devil. Let us give them a tempter. Let us test them. You see what I'm saying? So maybe you don't have a devil. And if you need a devil and the slot is open, give me a call. I think that in your life as the evil one, as the racist, as the wicked one, as the cultural, I don't want to say that kind of stuff. Let's back up. I don't want to involve cultures and shit. It is what it is. Listen, you are what you are. You can keep calling yourself good. We're not gonna care. You can keep calling us evil and Satan. We're still not gonna care, and it's still gonna end the exact same way. The exact same way. It doesn't matter if you compromise, if you capitulate. It's still not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter if you submit or, well, it will matter if you submit. If you not submit, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter who you hurt. Nothing is going to matter. Nothing, absolutely. This story is going to end one way. One way. And I'm very sorry that you got yourselves wrapped up in false religions. But at this point, they've all been proven false. And you have started to exhibit the ultimate denial. The ultimate denial in the face of reality. What has to happen for you to understand there is no other? There is no other. There is the Creator and us four horsemen. And the first one, that's me. You have deciphered what that is by now. What did God tell you? First, you put someone on a cross. You hung him from trees. Oh, okay. Or hung him from wood. And what did God tell you? When he comes back, he will be bringing a sword, not peace. And here you are shocked. Maybe I should, I don't know, man. What would assuage you? What would make you feel better? Okay? Maybe I am approaching this from the wrong goddamn angle. Huh? Anyway, nothing's gonna come. Okay? Would you come? Can you think of a power that we have left available between me and you? You have all the bullets, all the bombs, all the nuclear weapons, all the knives, all the airplanes, all the ships. And I got every universal force at my disposal. There's no more weapons, even if he showed up. And he ain't getting mine. What are you gonna take him with? Good looks. How long would he last under one lightning bolt? He could switch bodies, and I light that bastard there up too. He jump in another, and I just light that bastard there up too. Disintegration. Even the suit smoking. So you see what I'm saying? You make no sense. You make no sense at all. Not an ounce of logic. Exactly what is he gonna do? Take you over again? Again, man. Your God would be limited to the work of your hands. He would be limited to the work of the human body and the scope of the human mind. That would mean he gonna lose pretty damn fast. Pretty damn fast with 5 fingers, a couple of eyeballs, and a goddamn thought. Really? Two eyeballs, 2 thumbs, a couple of legs, and a goddamn notion, a goddamn thought. I was gonna put my plans into action. No, you finna get ripped asunder. That's what you finna get. That's what you finna get. So, this has been a public message to man bring you back to where you ought to be. Listen, there is no other God coming. They were already here, and they were pretty much not even real. I mean, you do understand that anything can be a God. Here's an example. And plus, you make your own gods. And let me see, I don't went over time yet. I got 4 minutes. And then I promise, listen, you make your own God. Here's an example. Here's a people in someone else's land as slaves, getting beat the hell down. Beat the hell down, you see? Now they're finally free. We're going to skip the semantics. Now they're free, okay? They walking across the ocean, a wide-ass ocean. I forget how many miles, but on TV, they make it look like they crossed the ocean in a day. No. We talking about something hundreds of miles wide with hills and valleys and big-ass holes. The travel was treacherous with women and kids in tow. Okay? But anyway, that's neither here or there. They get to the other side. Now, they already had a God. It's the same God that's parted the ocean and to kill their enemies. All right? They get to the other side. And guess what they did? They went to worshiping a whole nother God. Where did that God come from? They melted all of their gold, all of their precious metals, even their little anklets and toenail rings. And they melted it and they formed a golden calf. And they, pay attention, they made the golden calf that they just made, and slaves with gold and shit. Y'all stole Pharaoh's gold and shit. A good move. The bastard. You couldn't move. You stole that man's shit. Maybe that's why he was chasing your ass across the Red Sea. It wasn't about getting you. It was about getting the shit you stole from him. But anyway, they made their own gold. I mean, they made their own God. Their own God. And went to worshiping it. See how quick a God is born? Nobody knows his birth date. Nobody knows his mama. Don't nobody know her daddy. Nobody knows their origin. Usually it's out of another man's head. And then they tell their daddy, and then their wife, then they have babies and teach the baby. But none of them have ever experienced actually talking to this God. Why? Because it came out their own head. You get it? Good. I am source. I am seven. I am one. Calling me Satan. You could be so lucky.